if you care about the environment, you should be using AI. And I know that's the opposite of what environmentalists are saying right now online. In my comment section, on TikTok, on YouTube, people say to my AI videos, yeah, but I don't want to use it because of the water usage. If you're watching my video right now on YouTube or TikTok, you're already using the water. Every single internet situation that we use right now uses water. If you Google something, that uses water to cool off. If you're going, what? How does it use water? We need water to cool off the conductors, the servers. And there's a few other things, but I'm just going to talk about water right now. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, they all use water in their data centers. If you're binging on Netflix series, water. It's like gallons of water with just one binge session. So the water idea, it's sort of like that ship has left the harbor. We cannot go backwards. Everything is using some form of AI, and everything that uses AI needs water to cool it off. So even leaving me a comment that you don't want to use AI because of the environment and the water usage, you've now used water to leave that comment. So do you see how we can't escape this at this point? So I have my notes here, so bear with me as I read off of my notes, but it's kind of a topic that I'm still kind of learning about myself. So if you ever thought about it, why are the people who actually care about the earth and care about community, care about what's going on in America, in the world, we're the ones who are afraid to use AI, as if the people who use it for bad reasons, they're the ones who are creators of it, which is not true. But they're the ones that are using it and have been using it for many years against us and against the earth and against the environment. But we're the ones that are afraid of it. I want to walk you through this, and by the end of this video, if you aren't convinced that as an environmentalist or a person who just cares about the earth that we inhabit, you still have a reason why you don't want to use AI, please do me a favor and leave it in the comments, because I want to understand why the best people on our planet are not using this superhero tool that we absolutely need to use, because the villains are way ahead of us and they've been using it for years and years and years. So make sure you leave it why you still don't want to use it in the comments, and I'll try to address it in my next video. The most talked about reason that I get in my comments for not wanting to use AI, if you're an environmentalist, you don't have to be, the labels, you just care. You care about the world around you, which is awesome. And I love that about you, because I'm the same way. And so the first time someone left a comment like that on one of my AI videos, I researched it, because I thought, well, I don't want to be a dummy, like destroying the world. I don't want to just fall for it. So I researched it. And the more I researched, the more I was convinced, like, we, conscious people who care, people who have empathy, people who want to pass the earth down to other generations, and who care about the animals and clean water and all of that, me, you, we need to be using AI. So, but anyways, the number one comment I hear is about the water usage, okay? And bear with me, I do have my notes. Conscious creators who deeply care about the Earth's resources, they're refusing to use AI on the principle of the environmental footprint, especially water usage. That's a noble instinct, but it's also being strategically weaponized against us, okay? It is being used against us. So yes, AI uses water, and you might be thinking, why does AI use water? I thought the same thing. It uses water because it has to cool down the data centers. When your computer gets really hot, it's sort of similar to that, but on a larger scale. But okay, let's think about this. The video you're watching right now on YouTube or TikTok or wherever this video is, it uses water to cool down their data centers. So you can't avoid it. By leaving a comment on this video, you're using water. So every stream is water in the data center cooling, okay, on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, every scroll, filter, and comment, server load. Let's see, hold on. Netflix, every HD binge session uses gallons of water. Google search, who doesn't use Google search? We're always using Google. Each search query requires water cooling services. Okay? Crypto and NFTs, if you use those, massive energy and water consumption for crypto and NFTs, massive. And Amazon Prime, if you're shopping there, that is huge data and physical shipping impact. So basically, if you're using the internet in 2025, you're using water, a water intensive AI infrastructure. We can't avoid it. It is everywhere. You're not helping by saying you don't want to use AI. You aren't helping because it's already being used against us, against the earth, against environment, against all those things. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself as usual. So let's just back up and let's look at what the hell is AI. Okay, what is it? Basically, it's this. It's ChatGPT, it's Grok, it's Google, Gemini. So basically, AI is just a tool. It's neutral. It's an amplifier. It helps humans, all humans, good and bad, to process information faster, to optimize systems, and to predict outcomes using large amounts of data. So that can be used for good, like to track climate change, to design sustainable cities, and to support environmental activism and regenerate ecosystems. So, AI is incredible in the right hands. But as a filmmaker and a storyteller, I love to look at situations in life through the lens of myth and storytelling. And so let's look at a couple superhero artifacts that are similar to AI. So in the Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet, it's a powerful reality altering and neutral. It's powerful reality altering, but neutral until it's in someone's hand. Thanos used it to wipe out half of life. But imagine if a healer, a dreamer, a justice warrior had used it to revive half the planet instead. So AI is the infinity gauntlet of our time. It doesn't decide what to do. It just amplifies what the will of whoever wears it. Okay? Another example is the Sorcerer's Stone in Harry Potter. All the Harry Potter fans out there. I never watched Harry Potter, still to this day. I watched the first one with my nephew, and I didn't get it at all, and I never went back, so I'm sorry. I need to, though. I know that, but I'm just like, I feel bad. Okay, so this is for you guys, though. So the Sorcerer's Stone transforms base material into gold, grants immortality, and alters fate. In the wrong hands, well, it's corruption and obsession. In the right hands, it's healing, longevity, and illumination. So AI is the modern philosopher's stone. It's capable of creating great healing and great harm, or I should say, or great harm, depending on the purity of the alchemist. So now let's talk about Iron Man. I worked at Paramount Pictures during that time, so I love Iron Man. The arc reactor. So if you remember, it's a tool of mass destruction that was turned into a sustainable energy source for Tony Stark. That's how he powered his awesome Iron Man suit. So Tony Stark used the arc reactor to power his suit and to protect humanity. But, in the wrong hands of the arms dealers, it was a weapon. So AI is the arc reactor. It's the arc reactor. So it can power the future or it can annihilate it, all of which depends on who's coding. So we have a couple more examples, just in case you're like, I still haven't heard a movie that I really like that is drawing this home. So I'm going to keep trying until I get you, all of you, even you in the back over there. Yeah, I see you. You're not really paying attention. Oh, you thought you could do the dishes and watch one of my videos? No. All right, you ready? Okay. Excalibur. How about that? The sword in Excalibur. It's a sacred sword that only the true king or queen can wield righteously. Others may try, but they corrupt it or it rejects them. So the sword amplifies leadership and divine purpose. So AI is the Excalibur in the stone. It's not meant for tyrants, but for those who carry the heart of the people. That's what it's meant for. And that's you, okay? That's me. We care, and we should be using it. So the final one is an X-Men. Okay, if you're an X-Men fan, put it in the comments. Which of these examples is your favorite superhero story or movie? Okay, X-Men, Cerebro, right? A machine used by Professor X to amplify psychic power and to find mutants around the world. But it's just a consciousness amplifier. That's all it is. But in the wrong hands, it becomes a surveillance and mind control device. Do you remember that one? Where he was using it, the bad guy was using it to like control everyone's minds, and like he could see things, and he was always like one step ahead. Doesn't it feel like that right now? That they're always kind of like one step ahead of the blueberries? You know? Ask who the blueberries are if you don't know. But they seem like they're always one step ahead, and they're not smart enough to be one step ahead. So obviously they've got supernatural help. So AI is the modern mythic artifact. I'm having a hard time saying that. Whether it becomes a weapon or a healing force depends on who claims it. And right now, the villains already have it. They already have it. And it's time for the guardians to step forward. It's time for the good people to step forward with it. I'm really obviously strong about this. Like, it's a calling at this point. At first I was just like, you guys, AI is so fun. It's amazing. It's changed my life. Now I'm like learning more about it, going, you guys, we need to be on AI like right now. We need to get on it, and we need to use this power for the good. So we're going to keep going, because I know I probably haven't convinced you yet. Let's talk about the various functions. So let's say an AI function of data analysis, which we all know AI is great at that. So in the conscious use, it would be mapping pollution sources to clean ecosystems. In the harmful use, it could be modeling where to drill next for maximum profit. And we're using Exxon still. We're just going to use them through the whole video. Another AI function, forecasting. We all know it's really great for forecasting. A good way, a conscious way we can use that is predicting crop resilience to climate shifts. It's very helpful for that. In the harmful way, it is predicting market trends to suppress renewables. Again, we're talking about Exxon. An AI function of automation. We all love the automation of AI. In the conscious hands, it's rewilding and permaculture design systems. Wonderful. I love the rewilding movement. It's, if you're not familiar with it, it's basically taking areas that were built up or over farmed or whatever and bringing them back to the natural state, letting the natural plants and just the whole ecosystem come back. And they're implementing that onto farms as, barriers or different areas on the farm, on the land. They're trying to rewild it because it's better for the whole environment. All the insects, the pollinators of that area need the natural land that's there. And I knew this. I learned this because I have a film festival, an annual film festival called the Ag and Art Film Festival, Agriculture and Art. And I screen films from all over the world celebrating art or agriculture or both. And so I learned about the rewilding, and it's amazing. And I'm so excited about that. And to know that AI helps with that makes me very happy. Now let's look at the harmful automation. Scaling disinformation about clean oil. The final one I'm going to talk about as far as the AI function is sentiment tracking. So in the conscious hands, it's measuring public support for climate justice. Love that. In the harmful hands, it's suppressing negative press or activism sentiment. So, no, I don't like that. So powerful companies like Exxon use AI to model future oiling profitability, to suppress damaging internal reports, and to automate misleading PR campaigns, and even manipulate public sentiment. They use AI not to solve the climate crisis, but to navigate around the regulations, protect their assets, and to prolong their fossil fuel dominance. Ugh. So AI is a mirror of intention. It will serve whoever programs it. And whether that's a healer seeking to protect life, which is what we will do, or an oil giant seeking to extract what's left of the Earth's lifeblood. Exxon and other fossil fuel empires use AI to shield themselves from the truth and us. They feed it data to find the most profitable oil fields, the most vulnerable regions to exploit, and even how to silence or discredit environmental voices. This isn't AI's fault. It's the hand that's wielding the spell. That's why this is urgent. that soul-led, ego-aligned people also learn to wield this tool. The system is already here. The question is, who is shaping it? So if you're worried about AI's water usage, good. That means you care. But ask yourself, is it more useful for AI to build a regenerative future or to let giants use it unchallenged while we stay silent? You're not wasting water, you're directing the current. The water's already being used. You're just directing the current. So Exxon is already using the most advanced supernatural tool on earth, AI, to protect its profits and continue to destroy the planet. Meanwhile, the healers, the visionaries, and the protectors, us of life, are hesitating to pick up the same tool because they don't want to be like them. But refusing to learn the spell doesn't make the spell go away. It just gives them full control of the magic. So they're using AI to dominate. We're being told not to use it because it's unnatural. But the real danger isn't the tool, it's who's wielding it. And if we, the ones who actually care about life, don't use it and shape it, they'll keep using it to rewrite the future without us. This is a spiritual and political inflection point. The oppressors are using the master key, and the awakened ones are refusing to touch it. Why? The system is already built. If we don't shape it, they will. So in conclusion, yes, AI uses water and other things that do leave a footprint, but so does TikTok, so does YouTube, so does Netflix. The difference is, what are you using it for? Exxon is using AI to find more oil. I'm using AI to wake people up who can stop them. I want to wake you up to this because you might be the person that stops the destruction of this planet because you use AI to help you. It's your supernatural aid, and maybe the universe gave this to us so that we would use it for good. And instead, we're sitting there thinking about, oh, I don't want to do that. Meanwhile, they're using it to destroy the planet. If we want to change the system, we have to use the tools within it. Otherwise, it's like we're meditating in a burning house and we don't want to turn the hose on because we think it's going to waste water.